Welcome to Ribbit Readings Magical Frog Reading Bog. Thank you guys for coming out today. We're going to do half and half. So half is going to be story time, and then the second half we're going to learn how to play a mini game called Budderflyz. You may or may not have seen it. There's a couple people that already play Budderflyz, but it's fun. And if you have ADHD like me, it might be good to click things for attention. For them tensions. I have a couple of books. Interestingly enough, none pertaining to Budderflyz. I looked. I don't have that. So the Budderflyz part is specific to the adventure, but the story part is random bobandom, and that's okay. And I feel like it's only fitting that we start with the frog book because, I'm a frog and we're in the bog and it's magical. It's magical. Ms.Cloudy gave me this book. Ribbit, ribbit. This book is called I Found a Frog, and it's by T. Albert. Even though I have grandchildren of my own, it seems like it was only yesterday when I returned home from school to find a frog in my bedroom. My mother just chuckled when I yelled out, "I found a frog in my bed!" Now she knew that I would eventually find one, but she let me discover a wonder of nature that many people miss, and I'm glad that she did. You see, a little earlier that spring, when I was 6 years old, I saw some little black fishies in a pond. Since I didn't have any pets, I went home and asked my mother if I could have one. After we talked about my catching some of the fish I saw and the responsibility of having a pet, she agreed. Yes! She gave me a bowl, told me to go catch a few, and said that while I was out she would prepare their new home. So off I went. There were so many that they were easy to catch, and I filled the entire bowl before running home. When I got home, my mother had an old fishbowl filled with water sitting on the corner of my desk. She asked to see the fish, looked, and with big smile said, "Tadpoles! Ooh, wow, you're in for a real surprise." I asked what she meant by that, and she just said that I would have to wait and see, but to watch my fish very carefully. After a few weeks, I noticed some were changing. "Mom!" I yelled with excitement. Come here, my fish are growing legs." She came into my room, looked and smiled, and told me to just keep watching. After several more weeks, there were more changes. "Mom!" I yelled with excitement. Come here. My fish are growing front legs and their tail is going away." She came into my room, looked and smiled, and told me just keep watching. A week or so later, when I got up, I was amazed. There were more changes. My fish didn't have tails. Their legs were bigger, and they didn't look like the little black fish that I had caught earlier in the spring. "Mom!" I yelled with excitement. Come here. My fish are really different this time." She came into my room, looked, smiled, and told me that a surprise was very close. That day, when I returned home from school, is when I yelled out, "I found a frog on my bed!" "Surprise!" yelled Mom. "You watched a miracle right before your eyes. A fish changed into a frog. Now you had better catch and take him and the other almost frogs back to the pond. I don't need 50 more surprises tomorrow morning." And off I went. The end of I Found a Frog. Anybody else ever find a frog like that? Welcome in, Cece. You have? I actually did too. Well, I didn't like, it wasn't in a pond. There was tiny little fish things growing in my grandmother's pool, and I was like, "Oh, what are these? Can I keep them?" And she was like, "Yeah, if you get the little net and you fish them out, they're yours." And I was like, "Heck yeah!" and then they grew up like that, and they started getting legs and stuff, and I really thought they were fish, and they turned into frogs, and I was even more excited. And then she said I couldn't keep them because I had like hundreds, and she made me take them to the stream. Welcome in, Joey. Welcome in, Killy. Welcome in, Bandito. Tiniest Pupperino. We just read a story about finding a frog that Ms.Cloudy had given me. And we were figuring out if anybody else had come upon a frog like that, thinking it might have been a fish at first and then watching it grow legs. Yeah. Misha's had it happen. I've had it happen. It's wild times. For those just coming in, welcome, welcome to story time. Today is a twofer. Half the event is books and half the event is adventure, where we're going to go around and we're going to learn how to play the Budderflyz minigame. Some of us already play, like Bandit and I, we play. And we're obsessed with it. But we're also the kind of people that like minigames. So, yeah. Gotta be doing something. Always. Yeah. What next? What next? Oh, I know. I met a little kid out yesterday and her mom. They were very sweet. And apparently she writes her own stories. So we're going to read one of her original stories that her and her mom wrote together. I just got this book, so I have no clue what awaits us, but we're about to delve into Hailey's Moonlight Quest by Koala Books. The little girl who wrote this, his name is Hannah. So thank you, Hannah. Once upon a time, in the midst of the mysterious and eerie forest, where the shadows danced with secrets, lived a young girl named Hailey. Her cottage nestled amidst the trees, a haven in the daylight, and her mother's stern words echoed in her mind. "Never go out at night, Hailey." But one fateful night, an irresistible curiosity tugged at her heart. A strange sound had pierced the silence, and Hailey found herself irresistibly drawn to the window, the moonlight illuminating her face. As she gazed outside, a thick fog began to roll in, obscuring the familiar path. The once inviting forest turned into a labyrinth of haunting noises, and eerie glowing eyes peered at her through the bushes. Panic welled up within her, and she fled, running and running, but the cottage remained elusive. Exhausted and disoriented, Hailey stopped and began to cry. She was lost, alone, and afraid. But just when despair threatened to consume her, a small raccoon emerged from the shadows. To her astonishment, the raccoon stood on 2 feet and spoke. "Are you okay?" the raccoon, who introduced himself as Rocky, asked. Hailey wiped her tears and stammered, "My name's Hailey, and I'm lost." Rocky scratched his head, baffled. "Well, I've never seen a cottage in these woods, but I'll do my best to help you." Yeah. With newfound hope, Hailey followed Rocky deeper into the forest. Yet their journey soon led them in circles. Suddenly, a fox named Dash approached, inquiring about their predicament. Rocky explained their quest, and Dash grinned knowingly. "Well, that's because she's not from this forest, so, as he declared, casting doubt upon Hailey's claims. Confused and frightened, Hailey insisted. "I do live in a cottage here with my mommy and my daddy. I heard a noise and I came out to investigate, and now I'm lost." The fox's smile grew sly as he leaned in, revealing the dark truth. "Little girl, I know every inch of these woods, and there is no cottage." Hailey's eyes filled with dread as she whispered, "Then where am I?" The fox beckoned her toward a foggy trail. "If you wish to return home, you must go through the fog before sunrise and face the creature that resides within." Trembling, Hailey asked, "Well, what creature?" "The one that guards the way," replied the fox, sending chills down her spine. With a hesitant goodbye to Rocky and Dash, Hailey followed the path into the thickening fog, where the tiny claws skittered up a tree. A squirrel named Sam appeared, introducing himself and confirming her identity. "Follow me," he urged, leading her to a hidden clearing between the two bushes. In the clearing, a peculiar creature emerged, a fox-bodied, lion-headed being with crow-like wings, and it growled, "Why are you bothering me?" Tears welled up in Hailey's eyes as she stammered, I'm just trying to get home." The creature sighed deeply and explained that she had a little time left. If she wanted to escape, she must answer a riddle. What can fill up a room but does not take up space? Hailey's mind raced as she pondered the riddle. "Laughter!" she exclaimed. The creature stern. "No, wrong," sent her heart sinking. "You only have 2 more chances, and won't you look at that? Time is running out." Panicking, Hailey thought harder and cried out, "Sunlight!" With her answer accepted, the creature soared into the sky with Hailey on its back, diving into the densest part of the fog. They plummeted through the unknown, her heart a-pounding, until they crashed onto a hard surface. Suddenly, Hailey's eyes fluttered open, and she found herself on the floor of her bedroom, tangled in her blanket. Her mother rushed in, bewildered, and Hailey eagerly recounted her incredible journey. They hugged tightly, and Hailey drifted off to sleep, the image of a mysterious feather on her bed etching itself into her dreams. The end of Hailey's Moonlight quest. Whoa! That was action-packed and also slightly Halloweeny. I did not know that was a dream. Did you know that was a dream? I did not. And I'm shook. And I have so many questions about this feather because does a fox lion-headed crow-winged being exist? And if so, what is it called? I feel like Nisha would know. Fox-headed lion-bodied crow-winged critter. Well, Hannah, that was a good story. I actually do hope you and your mom make a part 2 of that. Okay. I just had to shake that out. That was intense. Now I'm wondering what would be less intense. Elliot the Magical Dragoon or a strange new planet? Or crazy, silly, totally ridiculous ABCs? We got any takers, any votes for the 3 books? Hmm. Thank you, Bethy. The first one, Elliot the Magical Dragon. Oh, we got dragon, we got ABCs, we got planet. Wow, we got a vote in every pool. We need a tiebreaker. Hmm. Thank you, Cece. I honestly forgot that it made frog sounds when that happened. I love it. Reminds me of my croaky ones. Well, since we have a vote in all three, and the last one was action-packed, let's go Bethy ABCs first, and then we'll do dragon, and then hopefully we'll still have time for planets. This is an original book by Little Bun Publishing called Crazy, Silly, Totally Ridiculous ABCs. And you can buy this at the Little Bun Publishing main store, which I think is located in the town of Grimlocke. That's at least where I bought mine. I don't know if there's a little pop-up shop somewhere or not, but it's by Amy. A is for ants. Accidentally aggravating an angry alligator avoiding answering any advice. Oh, she has a pop-up at Nuggets. Okay, cool. Hi, Apple. Welcome in. B is for bouncing baby baboons, battling balloons, begging blind bats, beware ball balancing bee bopping bears. I'm sorry, that broke me. C is for curious cats creating chaos can collect crawling cockroaches carefully, cooking colorful carrots. Okay. D is for dancing donkeys dare deliver dazzling dedicated displays. Eonk, eonk. Anybody? Please tell me somebody here knows that song. It's Dominic the donkey. Okay. The Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la. Okay, we'll save that for December. We'll pocket that. Put that away. E is for every elephant excitedly exercises every day, eating enchanted emails. What? No Christmas too early. I agree. We are just at the best part ever. Fall. F is for flying fancy fish fetch flavorful fresh French fries for fat fantasy fiddling frogs. That's messed up. What is he playing? The violin? With him frog feet? Impressive. Is that me? I think it's a distant cousin. But I do like a French fry. At least they're not fiddling from a roof. Frogberto. He's a maestro. G is for great galloping giraffes generally gather giant German ginger gazelles getting good green grubs like lettuce or cabbage or collard greens. H is for hairy hippos have happy horses haggling haunted hearing heads. So there are haunted heads that can still hear that the horses want to bargain for while the hairy hippos watch on. Okay. Got it. I is for they got bugs in their mouth. I is for immortal idol iguanas increasingly imagine importing impersonation illustrations. Like impersonation illustrations of the iguana, or because this is giving Animal Crossing New Horizon paintings from that shady bro in the boat out back. It's the girl with the earring and the hair turn. If you know, you know. You know. J is for jumping jaguars juggling juicy jiggling jackfruit. Has anyone here ever eaten a jackfruit? Anybody? I haven't. I'm scared. They're stink. Yeah, I hear Kama's always like, they stink. We are not getting one. You have? What? Is it good? Like after when you get past the stem key, is it delicious though? Okay. Mushy onions. After scent is icky. Well, I'll try it sometime. Yeah. Put one of those little pull things on my nose, then maybe I won't be able to smell it. Hiya! And I have a gesture for that. Hiya! That's me. Hiya! K is for kicking kangaroos, kidnap kayak in night's kneeling. We're kidnapping you, this one kicking kangaroo says to a kneeling knight. What looks to be like a boogie board, but we now know it's a kayak. L is for leaping lemurs. Learn leaning lessons loudly laughing. Wait a minute. L is for leaping lemurs. Learn leaning lessons laughing loudly. Okay. M is for marching monkeys, mostly merry, multiple meerkats melting money. That's because weddings is expensive. Thank you, Cadence. I love you too. N is for narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion because they are awesome. N is for narwhals nearly never nest next to Norway. And we don't know if that's true or not, but we heard it from a book, so maybe it is. Not the song. O is for only orange orcas occasionally observe olive obsessed oxes. The little picture. P is for painting pandas. Paint perfect pose pig picture portraits. Pa 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 pa. Pa. Q is for quick quails quit quite quietly. You know what? Not them saying the quails are quietly quitting. Where did my employees go? Whisper, 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 whisper. We quit. Yeah. See you. That's what the tiny little chat bubbles say. Not them holding their little briefcase by the tippy of the wing. This book is called Crazy Silly, Totally Ridiculous ABCs, an original book by Little Bun Publishing that is purchasable here in the Second Life. R is for misread. R is for really rambunctious rats, rarely race reasonably related radishes. And the radishes said, I'm chill. Yeah, no, we're very chill. Chill. The radishes are giving cuckoo cuckoo, dude. That's the vibe I'm getting. S is for 7 silly, slithering snakes, snacking sharp shaken shells. T is for 10. Count them with me. 10 totally trippy tarantulas tying tents together to take tame termites toward train trips. Okay. T is for 10 totally trippy tarantulas tying tents together to take tame termites towards train trips with tickets. At least they had their tickets, I guess. U is for university unicorns unicycle upwards upon ugly umbrellas. The unicorns say, I'm getting a degree in clown crafts. Party music plays from inside my head, and they're doing the little dab. I haven't slept in 3 days because of exams. My daddy's going to hear about this. This umbrella isn't even Gucci. V is for vicious, vivacious vampires vacationing at Hotel Transylvania. Race you to the all-you-can-eat people bar. Comma does that way better. Comma, can you do that?
Yes, and I still not go blah de blah.
He does not go bladdy blad. Oh my gosh. W is for weeping, walloping wallabies. Whisper, welcome. One wallaby with tears in its eyes. Welcome. The other one, welcome to the Wapow Club. Are you ready to weep? X is for X-ray xylophones. Xylophone 1 says, I don't know, man. Do you know other X words? The other one said, I don't. I mean, my name is Xander, by the way. Y is for yodelay, 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 hee-hoo. Yodeling, yelling, yaks, yearn, yarn, yearly. I yearn for yarn, one yak says. And the other yak says, untangible yelling in yodel. And last but not least, Z is for zesty zoo, zebra, zigzag, zippily. One zebra says, I do be zig-a-zagging. The other one says, are you zigzagging? I'm zigzagging. And that is the end of the crazy, silly, totally ridiculous ABC's original book by Little Bun Publishing. Oh my god. I don't ever think I've read this one before, and it's good. Like, I loved it. That's Emmy. Yes. We love this. Thank you, Emmy. I've lost it. I'm crying. Oh my gosh. This is what the back looks like. We should have known. Look at that little monster's face. Now do it backwards. Oh man. That's a man, we should have done that. That's a great idea, Apple. Okay, how about we get through the other books, and then if we have time, we can run that back. Oh, you mean the one that's this is a book with no pictures by BJ Novak? It's a funny book. I just wish it was a little bit longer, all the parts that are kind of silly. I feel like the silly bits are not as long as the whole book that leads up to the silliness. Maybe they need to make a part 2. Come on, BJ Novak. We're requesting a part 2. Thank you. Yes, I agree. For writing that with one's own mind, that's really really clever. I think if we have time to read it back, like Apple suggested, we'll try and read it real fast and see how that goes. It seems to be a Little Bun Publishing Day, and that's totally like I didn't plan that. So, yeah, this is another original by Little Bun Publishing, Elliot the Magical Dragon. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a teeny tiny little Skittles pack on the back there. Precious. I love Skittles, and I don't know about you, but my favorite are the purple pack, the wild berry Skittles. Those are chef's kiss. These are top tier Skittle snacking snackies. Yes, original? No, it's all about the purple pack. And then people are like, what about the tropical? I don't know her. They missed me with that. Candy! We are about to learn about Elliot the Magical Dragon. This is Elliot. Elliot is a shape-shifting dragon. This is Emmy. Emmy loves bunnies and sparkles. Elliot is her familiar. He helps her with her magic, and they are best friends. Sometimes Elliot is small. Sometimes Elliot is really, really big. Sometimes Elliot is a chameleon and has a really long tongue. Sometimes Elliot is a toy. Shape-shifting helps Elliot blend in with non-magic people. Blending in keeps Emmy safe. It's Elliot's job to help Emmy be safe. Elliot likes to go everywhere with Emmy. He goes outside to play with her. He rides in the car like a good little dragon. And sometimes she sneaks him into school with her. Emmy does lots of fun things. Play make-believe, make big messes, go on adventures. Elliot loves to do all of the things Emmy does. Elliot is a great helper. He helps Emmy with her magic and fashion, and he is really good at arts and crafts. Look at him. Look at the little Decora sticker little dragon. Oh, that's cute. Elliot's favorite food is Skittles. He could eat them every day. Elliot would do just about anything Emmy asked him to do for some Skittles, and Emmy knows this. A picture of him robbing a bank. Emmy uses Skittles to bribe Elliot. Sometimes this gets her into trouble. That's a fire, and I know that because I have a fire distinguisher. It's made by Starries. It really helps you distinguish fire from not fire. But Elliot loves his best friend more than anything in the world. Who's your best friend? The end of Elliot the Magical Skittle-Eating Dragon. Does anybody have a little friend like Elliot? I saw something about a fox. What's your fox's name? Is it also Elliot? I don't know. I think I need a little friend like that. Lewis? Oh, that's cute. Lewis. Look at us. We have time for a strange new planet. Binks, that's cute. Of course, I grew up on Star Wars, so my brain immediately thought, Misa Jar Jar Binks. A monkey named Sawyer. Oh, that's a cute name. Call him Soy Boy. This is another book by sweet little Emmy from Little Bun Publishing, A Strange New Planet. It's an original story with hand-drawn illustrations. I also thought Zachary Binks, yes, but because Star Wars, it's Jar Jar. I need to start watching more The Pocus of Hocus. The Hocus Pocus. Wait. Zachary Binks. Yes. Is that who? I guess so. Maybe. A group of astronauts use an extra super strong telescope and discover a new planet. They could see it far away in outer space. The astronauts really wanted to know what the planet was like and if anything lived there. They want to know these things about all new planets. Based on this image, we can see this planet reminds me of Buzz Lightyear, or Barney is not what I wanted to say. Who's also purple and green? Mike Wazowski. No, Sully. It's a Sully planet. Yes. Get it? Because he's got the blue with the spots and okay. Well, I dubbed it Sully, so. The astronauts loaded up their rocket ship and got all their outer space exploring gear, spacesuits, oxygen tanks, backpacks, and more. They made sure there was lots of fuel in their rocket ship too, so they could get all the way to the planet and all the way back home. They packed lots of special space foods, extra socks, and batteries. Smart. 2319! Ah! No, comma. Oh gosh, look at this. Gifts for aliens. The astronauts thought maybe it was a good idea to bring some gifts to offer to anything that might be living on the planet that they were going to visit. But what would aliens from another planet like as a gift? The astronauts thought that if aliens came to visit Earth, that, maybe they would like gifts from the aliens' planet. So that's what they decided to bring to this new planet in case they met aliens. The astronauts split up and gathered things from Earth that they thought would make good gifts. One found pretty rocks with some gems in them, big rocks with amethysts inside, small rocks with sparkling flecks, and some funny shaped rocks that almost looked like they had faces. Another astronaut brought a bunch of pretty and unique plants, a Venus flytrap in a pot, and a bonsai tree, some herbs and pretty flowers too. The other astronauts brought together what they thought were fun or interesting things from planet Earth, a jar of beach sand, and a big bottle of ocean water, and some unique fruits that would be able to survive the space journey. Once the astronauts packed up all their presents, gear, and supplies, it was time to leave. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! The rocket ship blasted out of Earth's atmosphere and into outer space. They flew past the moon, past the sun, and past all of other planets. Mars, Neptune, Uranus, they all disappeared far behind the rocket ship. After some time, the new planet came into view in the distance. As the rocket ship approached, the astronauts could see it clearer. There was a big spinning ring around the outside of the planet, and as they got closer, they could see the planet's purple and green swirling skies come into view. The rocket ship flies through the clouds and lands on the ground. The ground was gray and rocky like the moon, but the skies above were filled with beautiful lavender and green hues, colors and sparkles swirling in the sky. They could see stars shining from outer space too. It was so beautiful, and they took lots of pictures. The astronauts walked around the ground for a bit. Well, more like they bounced around. There was gravity on this planet, but it wasn't as much as Earth's. So when they walked, they kind of bounced a little, like you would on a moon. Bounce, bounce, hop, hop. After walking around for a bit, they hear a noise nearby. Turning to the sound, the astronauts see something coming towards them. It was something very colorful. An alien! The multicolored alien came closer to them, its 5 tentacle-like legs moving fast, but gracefully keeping the alien from floating or bouncing too much, almost like the alien was evolved to move perfectly on this planet's gravity. Once the alien was close, it stopped in front of the group of astronauts. They could see all of its beautiful colors, 4 arms, antennas, and a face perfectly now. The alien had what looked like a mustache, as well as a pretty gem on its forehead and on its chest. The alien beeps boops at the astronauts. The astronauts try to say hello to it and tell it that they aren't here to hurt it, but neither can understand each other. After a few attempts of communication back and forth, the astronauts decide to offer their gifts. The alien looks nervous and narrows its eyes as the astronauts go inside their bags. It watches them pull strange things out one by one. The astronauts carefully place things in a line in front of the alien. They try to gesture by pointing to things around them on the new planet, or making gestures with their hands and faces to describe what it is. It was very difficult to do this, but they tried their best to compare their pretty rocks to the rocks on the planet here, or show what things were meant to be eaten. The alien watches them for a while and then cautiously approaches their gifts, inspecting some of the items. The alien blinks up at the astronauts. When it got to the plants, it opened its mouth and sticks out a long, twisty tongue and licks one of the plants. It makes a face, then takes a little bite of a different plant. The plant wasn't meant to be eaten, but at least it didn't bite off one of the Venus flytraps. The alien seems pleased with the taste of the plant, so the astronauts sighed in relief. Phew! One of them bravely comes over and kneels down, carefully feeding a preserved fly to one of the heads of the Venus flytrap plant, demonstrating how it closed around the fly and ate it. The astronauts seem to like this. It nods, beeps and blinks, and the astronauts in what seems to be a thank you? The astronauts smile inside their space helmets and try to make gestures to communicate your welcome to the alien. With its 4 arms, the alien picks up as many of the gifts as it can. It even places a couple on its head antennas. The astronauts take this as a sign that maybe it was time to go, since the alien was not giving any signs for them to follow it or to explore more. They wanted to be respectful, so figured maybe next time they could bring new gifts and the alien would show them around. The astronauts waved goodbye to the alien, and it mimics the motion back, although it clearly didn't quite know what it meant. They got back into their rocket ship and blasted off back home. The end of A Strange New Planet. Wow. I really liked the alien. I thought that was cute. Very squiggly. Thank you, Cadence. You wish being an astronaut was that easy. I know, right? They just packed up. They had their little snacks, some oxygen, made a friend. Seems doable. Yeah. They just happen to have a ship. Also, where was the other aliens? I feel like maybe it would have more. Maybe that alien was going to carry things back to the rest of the aliens. That's what I would think. That's what I would think. You have a spaceship? What? I don't think I have a spaceship. Maybe it was an alien made of lots of aliens. Ooh, Misha, I like where your head's at. That's like Stranger Things alien. Alien. Minus the T. Okay, where's Apple? Apple's gone, but that's all right. We're going to do this for Apple because it's going to go on YouTube so they can watch it later. I'm going to try to do this crazy, silly, totally ridiculous ABCs alphabet backwards. But just the letters, because I feel like if I read things backwards, that might not make sense. Because it would be zippily, zigzag, zebra, zoo, zesty, 4 is Z. And that's not right. So it would be Z is for zesty, zoo, zebra, zigzag, zippily. Yeah. Yeah, see? I think that's right. Okay. Shake it out. I'm ready. I think. Okay. Maybe I should chug some water. Okay. I'm officially ready. Z is for zesty, zoo, zebra, zigzag, zippily. Y is for yodeling, yelling, yaks, yearn, yarn, yearly. X is for X-ray, xylophones. W is for weeping, walloping wallabies whisper welcome. V is for vicious, vivacious vampires vacationing. U is for university unicorns unicycle upwards upon ugly umbrellas. T is for 10 totally trippy tarantulas tying tents together to take tame termites towards train trips. S is for 7 silly slithering snakes snatching sharp shaken shells. R is for really rambunctious rats, rarely race, reasonably relaxed radishes. Chill, my dude, I'm very chill. Q is for quick quails, quite quietly. P is for panty pandas paint perfect poised. Pig. P is for painting pandas paint perfect pose pig picture portraits. Blah blah blah. O is for only orange orcas occasionally observe olive obsessed oxes. N is for narwhals nearly never nesting next to Norway. M is for marching monkeys mostly marrying multiple meerkats melting their money. That's an L. L is for leaping lemurs learn leaning lessons laughing loudly, but if it was an I, it is eeping emers earn eaning issens effing ifling oudly. K is for kicky kangaroos kidnapped kayaking knights and kneeling. J is for jumping jaguars juggling juicy jingling jackfruit that's stimky. I is for immortal idle iguanas increasingly imagines importing impersonation illustrations. H is for hairy hippos have happy horses haggling haunted hearing heads. G is for great galloping giraffes generally gather giant German ginger gazelles getting good green grubs. F is for flying fancy fish fetch flavorful fresh french fries for fat fantasy fiddling frogs. E is for every elephant excitedly exercises every day eating enchanted emails. Yummy. D is for dancing donkeys dare deliver dazzling dedicated displays. C is for curious cats creating chaos can collect crawling cockroaches carefully cooking colorful carrots. B is for bouncing baby baboons battling balloons begging blind bats beware ball balancing bebopping bears. And A is for ants accidentally aggravating an angry alligator avoiding answering any advice. And last, the crazy silly totally ridiculous ABCs from Z to A and A to Z. The end.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I managed to do that. And I only forgot my letter L's. Hi, Maddie. Do we need to call 911? Reading really fast out in the bog floor. Oh, wow. That's like the Peter Piper thing. I can't. That's a you thing, comma. Peter Piper pickle. Oh my goodness. And we have just a couple minutes to spare. All right, comma, do you want to tongue twister it up? What's that one? Okay, so fun fact. I actually fun fact about misread IRL, okay? When I was 10 question mark, my mom took me to some fair and they had, you know, one of them box TVs because this was I love the 90s. And this guy said that if we could do one of the tongue twisters on the TV that we would win like the world's biggest Twizzler. And it was the Twizzlers that are blue and like red together. They were like a berry strawberry twist. It was like all the rave. It was brand new. So my brother did one. I did the she sells seashells by the seashore. I don't know what happened with the setup of my mouth as I got older, but I can't figure it out now. But as a kid, I won. And the Twizzler was an inflatable, but it was so long. We were kids. We were not about to deflate that. One, we couldn't reinflate it at home, and two, we just won this. Why would we undo it? So we drove the whole way home with this large Twizzler out of both sides of the back windows, like hugging onto it so it didn't fly out with the wind. And then, I'm a twin, so we fought continuously over who got the Twizzler in their room for like the next, however many years before it eventually deflated. But yes, I did win a contest once for a tongue twister, but for some reason I cannot do them now. But Comma can. So we're gonna have Comma do some tongue twisters, and then we're gonna learn how to play the Budderflyz game.
Yeah, what a wild story. So the one that I can do is it's called Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Pepper pick? And I could do it even faster than that, but I feel like if I did, all you'd hear is pa 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 pa.
But you have to now because you said it.
Okay.
It's canon.
And Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Pepper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Pepper pick? Woo! And then there's also the S one, which is the Silly Sally sold seashells by the salty seashore. And then there's the how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. And I think that's all the ones that I know.
Wow. You are officially the resident tongue twister now. And I fear that you will have to repeat that in the future.
As long as I have a tongue in my mouth, I shall do my best.
Also, when I did it, it wasn't Sally that sold seashells. It was Mary that sold seashells. So maybe I know a different one. I don't know.
I don't know why Mary would sell seashells if it's an S alliteration.
Look, I don't know. I don't have the answers for these questions. Danish tongue twisters? I don't know why I never considered that there were tongue twisters throughout multiple languages like that.
I remember that there was one that was in like what is it? It's like Finnish or maybe like Swedish is Inky Dinky Doff Upalanikop something something something. I don't remember that one as much, but I've heard him say it before watching PewDiePie or somebody.
The PewDiePie. Michelle, I would like to hear that sometime. I'm not putting you on blast to do it right here, right now, but like in the future. I would love to hear it. Danny! Wow! Well, we've read all of our books that we have for the day, and we got through a lot of books, even read one twice. So if you're staying for the mini game, I will start the explaining in a few. If you are not staying for the mini game, I don't fault you. Maybe you don't need to click things. I don't know. I like to click things. Bethy is bringing all the hype, and I appreciate it.